What is up, guys? Brittany J here, and welcome back to my channel. It has been so freaking long, and I'm so sorry. Real life is getting crazy over here and busy, so I'm going to be trying to come back and getting more active again. I'm so sorry for that. I don't really talk a lot about my personal life. It's just not what I do. But a lot of you already know that I am actually going through a divorce right now. So it's been hectic and it's been crazy, but things are starting to settle down. So I'm here today and ready to put on some makeup. I decided to do a Q&A so we can life update and just answer any questions that you guys have for me while also getting ready with me. So I intend to do some sort of smoky eye today. So I have my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blue Blood palette. I don't think I've shown this on camera yet or used it on camera yet. It'll be a fun time to use that, do a smoky eye, answer some questions, and just have a good old time again because it's been so freaking long.
I am literally so freaking stupid because I did a whole video and review on blood sugar. So this is what I'm talking about. I don't have a mind anymore. I've lost it. Back to your regular scheduled content.
If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also that little notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see a get ready with me / Q&A, then please keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Tarte Shape Tape and use that to prime my eye, just a little baby bit. As you can see, I've already done my brows and carved them and all that jazz. So I had to use a product that I really don't like that much because I ran out of my Precisely My Brow, which is really rude and really hurtful. So I'm gonna let that settle for a sec while I answer the first question, and that comes from Aspen asking, when did you start makeup? So I've been doing makeup like forever, since I was like 12, but I've been heavily into makeup. I wanna say it's been 3 years. Yeah, I wanna say it was February of 2016. So I didn't even know what Sephora or Ulta were for back then. I knew like you could get makeup there, but I'd never been inside. So I was just like, I don't know. But I remember my friend, her name was Lexi, telling me, you know, all these things about Sephora. So I was like, what? There's like a whole other world of like quality makeup out there? I was shook. So that's when I first started getting heavily active into it, and 3 years later, here we are now. So like I said, I want to do a smoky eye. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is Blue Blood, which is this baby blue over here, and that's going to be kind of a transition shade, but I'm going to start with that one first. So I'm going to place that right in the crease right here and just pack it in first. I'm using a Morphe M433 as per usual. Tap off the excess and just pack it on. Now I'm going to take less amounts and go ahead and blend it out upwards towards the brow bone. The next question is from Aaliyah. She says, where do you see yourself within the next years regarding makeup? So I really hope to still be on YouTube. I don't see why I wouldn't be, but I love it here. I love talking to you guys, and the comments that you leave me are freaking amazing. Like, I literally never get any negativity. I say that now and then all of a sudden I'm gonna get a ton of negativity, but you guys are always so sweet and uplifting, and it makes me so happy. So that's why I feel guilty not being on here often lately, but I see myself definitely heavily into YouTube and just staying here hanging out. So once that's all blended out, I'm gonna go into a darker shade. So I'm gonna take this royal blue called Blue Monday, and I'm gonna use that right below. This time I'm taking a Sigma E38, maybe? It's all rubbed off. Sorry. So again, I'm gonna pack that on right in the crease, and then we will blend it out again. So my next question is from Julia. She asks, how did you first learn your skills? Well, like with everything else, it was definitely not something I was just good at right off the bat. I mean, I have plenty of old pictures that are just like, whoa. But I, in the last 3 years, have been doing my makeup literally almost every day. I mean, I do it so often, and it just takes practice. I always like to say, practice makes progress, which is so true. I mean, you're not gonna just usually be amazing at something the first couple times you try it. So I still am learning. I still have things that I can't do that I want to work on or that I want to get better at. So in summary, just takes practice. So on smoky eyes, I really like focusing the dark shade on the outer V and just bringing it inwards towards the center and towards the inner lid, but really heavily here on the outside. And then finally, to really darken that outer V, I'm going to go ahead and take this dark navy blue called Undertaker and put that in the outer V. The next question is from Ashley. Ashley asks, how is life as a single mom now, trying to balance work, makeup, and my babies? So, tricky question, because I don't want to sit here and like bash my husband, but during our marriage, as far as the children went, they were my duty. Everything that they needed done, I did it. So in essence, nothing about that has really changed. Nothing feels that much different. Now, is it a little bit lonelier? Sure, but the balance aspect, I really feel is the exact same in summary. And I'm taking a tiny brush. This is a Luxie 111, and that's what I'm using to build this dark shade here in the outer V. And I'm gonna bring that slightly over here towards the inner lid. The next question is by Elizabeth. She said, what are your favorite looks to do? So I think I'm gonna have to say a half cut crease, because like every time I do makeup, that's what I'm geared towards, is a half cut crease. But lately I have been vibing with smoky eyes or no shadow at all and just doing a lot of faux freckles. So I don't know, but if I had to choose one, I'm gonna say half cut creases for sure. They's my forte. So now I'm just taking that Undertaker shade, the dark blue, and just blending it out without adding any more towards the center lid. She's smoky. I'm gonna go back over Blue Monday just a little bit here in the outer edge and really get that blended out so we don't look like we got punched in the eye, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I can't tell how it looks because I still haven't got my monitor situation fixed, so I'm like trying to see it from the tiny little viewfinder over there, and I'm just like, I hope it looks okay, because in the mirror it looks okay. So here's to hoping. Just going over Blue Monday a little bit more, really getting this baby all blended out, because an unblended smoky eye is not worth that, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna take a little bit more Blue Blood, that first light blue shade, and just fill in this empty space here. So we're all nice and blended together flawlessly. So with a smoky eye, honestly, this is where I would stop. I wouldn't even add wing liner. I would just add some lashes and call it a day. We have our darker outer V, lighter inside, all that good stuff. That's how I would do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera, then come back to do the rest of my face and answer some more questions. So be right back. All right, so I'm back with the other eye all done. So now I'm gonna start on my face. I'm gonna need to move this hair out my way. By the way, I freaking love my haircut. I'm sure you guys noticed. It's so short and I freaking love it. I'm never having long hair again. Love it so much. For primer, I got the small little trial version of the Hourglass Veil, and I am freaking obsessed with it. So I'm definitely gonna be buying it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that as my primer today. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this is so blurring. It really helps me with my pores and my acne and all that fun jazz. So while I add some primer, let's move on to the next question, shall we? Oh shit, I lost the page. So the next question is by Alexis. She asked two different ones. Do I like drums or flats, hot, medium, or mild? So when it comes to wings, I honestly don't have a favorite. I just like wings. I like them all. Give me all the wings. But as far as hot, medium, or mild, I always have to have them hot. I really, really, really like hot, spicy things. So hot is the way to go. Now for foundation, I have my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear in Valencia. Normally I used, I don't know how to pronounce it, like Venuto? I don't know. Whatever, the other one, a shade or two lighter. But I actually just did a tan. You can kind of see it compared to my face. So I did a tan with Loving Tan, and first of all, it's amazing. I love it. Like, I love how bronzy I look. I didn't do it on my face though, because I've never done like a mousse or a rub-in tan, so I was scared to do it on my face. So now, as you can see, my face is so much lighter than the rest of my body. So I grabbed this shade because this one used to be too dark on me, so I'm praying it kind of balances out. We'll see. Hashtag not sponsored. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that today. Very warm, this foundation, and it oxidizes a little bit, so I'm praying that we can get a close match, because sis, the white mime look, not vibing. The next question is from Loretta. She asks, what is my dream job? And it's definitely here in the makeup industry. YouTubing and traveling and touring, things like that. This is the only thing extracurricular, I should say, that I've ever really had some sort of skill at. So it's what I love, and I hope I can make a career out of it in some way. The next question has a few different questions in it. It's by Drea, and she asked, where do you draw your inspiration from? So I'm gonna start with that one first. So, I mean, obviously, with the whole world of makeup, there's Instagram and YouTube and Twitter, and there's just so many places that you can see other people's artwork and just be inspired from it. And I think that the majority of my inspiration does come from, you know, my friends in the field and people that I follow and respect. And then there's also my friend Amber. She's, I don't even know what to call her. She's like my ghost creator. I talk to her all the time. She helps me with color schemes and ideas that I have that I need help building upon. She'll help me and give me advice. So there's definitely avenues in multiple different places that I get inspired from, but there's no real solid one answer there. The next part of the question said, what gave you the courage to start filming and how can someone else start? And can I do a behind the scenes type of thing? So what gave me the courage to start? Well, honestly, I had been considering it and my friends were pushing it for me, but what really made me decide is when I watched the video of James Charles editing his followers' makeup, and he scrolled past my picture and just gave me really nice compliments. It was a huge confidence boost for sure. So I was like, well, maybe I'm not all that ugly and trash. Maybe, I mean, somebody thought it was good, so maybe I can just start my channel and stop being a little bitch about it. So I just jumped in and just did it. I mean, you guys can scroll back to my first video. It was not good. It was a hot mess. I had AV problems out the ass and it was just like kind of tragic, but I just kept going and everybody was so sweet to me and understanding. I mean, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So everybody was nice and I just kept trying and worked on fixing all that stuff. And here we are. I love it here. Even the occasional negative comment, I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. It doesn't bother me. So that's where we are. I just took my Shape Tape concealer and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that. Now I also have this other Shape Tape concealer. This is in the shade Rich, so it's a warm, dark brown, and I'm gonna use this to contour because I really need to warm my face back up and give it some color since it still does not match. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this. It's been a long time since I've done a full face on camera, but y'all been asking, so I'm trying to deliver for you. The next question is by Alicia. She asks, what is my skincare routine? So I actually did a whole video on my skincare routine because it's just a little bit too much to go over right now. So for that, Alicia, I will go ahead and link that video in the description, and I went in depth on what I do. Now, one thing that's changed is I am on birth control, and all that's done is made my skin so much better. My skin is starting to clear up and look amazing again. So very happy about that. My whole adult life so far, and I'm 25, so from 18 to now, I've either been on birth control, been pregnant, or been breastfeeding. So my hormones have always been pretty regulated. And then once I stopped all that, my skin just went haywire. So I got back on birth control literally because I wanted to see what it would do for my skin. And it is helping so much. So much. I've been slacking off on my skincare, being a lazy piece of trash, just like with YouTube, so yeah. And my skin has still been clearing up, even though I haven't really been doing anything. So once I actually get back into the full swing of doing my shit like I'm supposed to, I really feel like it'll clear all the way, hopefully. The next question is from Abby. She said, do you have any tattoos and would you ever plan on getting any? I do have 2 tattoos. They're both on my back, so you can't see them, but one of them I got when I was 16, and it's just a flower with a butterfly on it. I don't know what I mean, I like it. I'm glad I got it. It's nothing special or meaningful, but I do like it. The other tattoo I have is on my back. It's of my sister's name. Me and my sister are pretty close. She's 7 years younger than me. I adore her. So when I was, I want to say 17, I got that one. And that one was done in like somebody's garage. So that's kind of scary, but luckily he did a great job and nothing came of that, but don't try that at home. As far as do I plan on getting any more, I don't believe so. Maybe something to do with my children, but I'm not sure. I've considered it, been back and forth, and it's not so much that I don't like them or that they're painful or whatever. It's them shits are expensive. So maybe when sis has some money, then we'll talk about it. I'm taking my Dermablend powder and using that to set my face. Avoiding getting powder in my eyebrows, so I put powder on my forehead just like this with my head up. We are all set. The next question is by Melissa, and Melissa asks, favorite smaller MUAs/influencers. So I have a few. A couple of them I call my friends. So I have my friend Tisha Faced. She's been on my channel before. She's amazing, so creative, breathtaking. My friend Julie Odsgaard. She does the sickest character recreations I've ever seen. And I love Face of Emily. I love Glam by Michaela. I love Katie Wakenshaw. I love Kayla Vanessa Faye. I could go on and on all day, but these are just a few of my favorites. So I'm taking the Pretty Vulgar bronzer that I got, I want to say in last month's BoxyCharm, maybe 2 months ago. I've already hit pan because I use this one every freaking day. I love it so much. This is the shade Bronze Mannequin. So I'm gonna take that and just keep warming this face up. The next question is by my best friend ever, Blair, and she asked, would I rather have a lifetime supply of hot Cheetos or gummy candy? And that is a simple answer. Hot Cheetos win all day, every day. I eat them literally every day. I don't know how I have a digestive tract left because I literally eat hot Cheetos every day, and now I've been eating edible hot Cheetos, like laced with marijuana. And I'm like hooked. Like hot Cheetos are where the fuck it's at. Another one by Blair, she asks, what's the first high-end makeup that I ever bought? The first high-end makeup I ever bought was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I had never had high-end eyeshadow in my entire life. Like everything I ever got was from Walmart or something. So I was literally shooketh trying something like that because the pigment's there, it's amazing. I always thought I was doing something wrong with eyeshadow because I was using stuff that's not the best, but Modern Renaissance changed the game for me for sure. Speaking of ABH, I'm gonna be going ahead and using my blush trio, and I think I'm gonna go with the peachy shade over here called Miami. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that a little bit on the nosy. Now to start on the lower lash line, again, just like the top, it's always important to keep the darkest parts on the outside so you have that cat-like snatched little look there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that dark shade Undertaker and just connect it with the top. While I do that, the next question is from Sarah, and Sarah asks, would you ever want to create your own line of beauty products? And honestly, it's definitely not something I would do in the foreseeable future, but I'm gonna leave that one as a maybe. I'm not opposed to it, it just sounds like a lot of work, and I don't really have any knowledge at all on curating makeup, so I'm just gonna leave that one an open-ended possibly. Now I'm taking Blue Monday again and just connecting that as well from top to bottom, using it to go ahead and blend out Undertaker on the lower lash line as well. And then lastly, on the outer portion of the lower lash line, I'm taking that first shade, the baby blue one, Blue Blood, and tying it all in. Now that I have both under eyes all complete, I'm gonna grab the shade Ice Tray, which is like a metallic blue, and I'm gonna use that in my inner corner. And I just got it on my nose. Well done. And then to really get that color to pop, I'm gonna grab Cullinan, which is like the white shade, and put that right in the center. I'm gonna take Cullinan on the brow bone as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my Lash Paradise mascara and go ahead and apply that. The next question is by Kristen, and she said, who inspires me the most? Right now, I think I'm gonna have to go with Rocio Ceja. She literally does the most amazing, fantastic blends I've ever seen in my entire life. She's got a great personality, she's funny, and her rainbow looks just blow my mind. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Rocio. She is like a role model to me, for sure. Like she just followed me on Twitter the other day and I literally cried a little bit. Like I love her so much. So I'm gonna have to say Rocio for sure. For highlight, I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit, and I'm gonna use Blue Ice. I really love this one because it's like a white with a blue shift. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that one. That shit is fire. I love this one so much. Add some above the eyebrows, on the forehead. The next question is by Brianna. She asks, what is one piece of advice you'd give someone that is just starting out? And I always like to say that don't get too frustrated, because if you're just starting out, it's just not something that you're gonna ace immediately. It's really not. It takes time, it takes practice. For me, it took years. So don't get too frustrated, keep practicing, keep going, because you will get the hang of it. Like watching people that I follow and know glow up and just get better and better really makes my heart so happy, because I see it right before my eyes. It just takes time. I'm gonna go ahead and apply one lash that I have glue on. It is my Honey Lash Beauty Royalty Lashes. I literally am so freaking obsessed with these. I need to order some more because they are actual life. For lipstick, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Liquid Lip in Weirdo, which is just a black lipstick. The next question is from Symphony. She asks, what was my most painful piercing? Honestly, my most painful piercing was my cartilage up here in my ear. It really hurt. It took forever to heal, and I don't think it ever did, so I eventually just took it out, and I will not be doing that again. Gotta be so careful with black lipstick because it can turn into a disaster real quick. So the final question that I'm going to answer is from Claire. She asks, how do you feel about the beauty influencer community's constant drama? And I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, there is a lot of drama, and I watch it and read it, stay out of it for the most part. I don't understand it. I don't know why people feel like there's a whole thing about you stole my look and you owe me credit, and like, it's very valid a lot of times, but a lot of times it's not. I feel like it's a reach or it's just silly. So that's what I see the most of right now. But as far as like top influencers and their personal life drama, I just really don't care. Don't get involved. I don't know why anybody does, because everybody's real life has personal drama, so I don't know why certain people have to make a big deal out of it, but I just ignore it, live my life, do my thing. Over the black lipstick, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Lime Crime Clear Gloss. It's a cherry wet gloss, and this is extra poppin', so it's just clear. Black glossy lips have been like such a mood, so I'm gonna make this glossy. I love this lip gloss because it smells so freaking good. So there you have it. This is the final look, all complete. I really love how it turned out. I'm so glad I could show you guys a smoky eye on camera because so many people have been asking for one. So I was able to kill multiple birds with one stone today, and I hope you like the way it turned out because I am here for it and I'm living for it. I love it. So that's it for today's video, guys. I really enjoyed talking to you and answering your questions and doing this makeup look. It feels so good to be back, and hopefully I can do this more regularly. It's just handling life and trying to add this in is a little difficult, but I'm doing my best, and I'm going to try to be on here more often. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, my handle is just BJ Makeup, spelled out like this. And until next time, bye guys.